in order to maintain a lifestyle. And as much as I'd like to hit the gym every day on my second cup of coffee, it's not going to happen always. And that's okay. And there's a thought that I've had about this, which is measuring increments of effort. If you're struggling with putting in even the smallest amount of effort because you know it's not good enough, like you can't go to the gym because you can't put in a full gym day, or you can't put in gym days often enough, you're actually killing any progress you could ever make, because the smallest increments of progress are still progress. Think of it as grains of rice that tip the scale. You have a long arching goal and you can continue to put grains of rice in this bowl every day until the bowl fills up. Now you're not putting in enough grains of rice every day, so you just decide to not put in that increment. But if you value the individual grain of effort, then you will slowly accumulate progress, even though it's much slower than you think. And what's surprising, a lot of people don't understand about their bodies, is they adapt rather quickly to things. Even things like ice submersion, which I don't do nearly enough because I don't have ice around. But when I want to do a cold immersion, I'll just turn my shower on and be under it when the shower turns on. The pipes are cold enough that it still gives you that effect where you start to hyperventilate and you start to get that anti-aging and the thermogenesis effect just from cold water in a pipe. I don't get enough of it. The truth is a study was done on the optimal amount of time you should be cold submerged a week. And it's only 11 minutes. That's optimal. Optimal are curves. So you get the largest chunk of effect probably within the first couple minutes of cold submersion a week. Even if you don't get the full 11 minutes, the first 2 are extremely valuable. If you cold submerged for 20, 30 minutes, that 20 to 30 minute mark is highly inefficient. Your body's already gone through all the processes really that it gets from that. Just like fasting, which is a part of my weekly routine, not a part of my daily routine. Once you fast for more than 24 hours, your body will start to get into a state of apoptosis or autophagy, where your body will recycle out dead cells or bad cells and try to eat those for nutrition because it needs energy. This keeps your body clean. And after 36, 48 hours, there are all sorts of other benefits, including like stem cell proliferation and stuff like this. After I got COVID-19, I was like in the worst shape of my life. I wasn't in the gym for like 5 or 6 years. And so I got back in the gym. I started reading white papers on health and I got into anti-aging. And when I was traveling in Mexico for a month, I started fasting because I was reading all these white papers on autophagy. It was huge. But if you look at the mainstream fads that are going on, intermittent fasting is highly popular. And intermittent fasting does not fast more than 24 hours because it's intermittent. You still get plenty of fasting benefits from controlling the windows at which you eat. You still get a lot of incremental change here. There's a study that was done on human growth hormone secretion. And if you fast for more than 16 hours and then do deadlifts, like I just did this morning, having fasted for more than 16 hours and then doing something like deadlifts or squats will cause your body to behave in a different way and secrete an excess of human growth hormone. And I'd be misquoting if I said it, but I think they even said like 2,000% of acute growth hormone secretion from a fasted deadlift, as opposed to one where you're on your normal eating regimen. If you just fasted a little bit, once in a while, you still get some of that effect. If you went to the gym just for 5 or 10 minutes and moved your body, wake up in the morning, drop to the floor and just do 5 push-ups, right? Do some standing squats in the shower, anything. Those little measurements of incremental growth will give you positive feedback, which will then give you the seeds to
Hey, the people at Discovery Channel came to me and asked me to do the impossible, go undercover and show the world how fast it would
generate habit. And this is really the heart of morning routines and the moral of the story here. We're optimizing our effort through habits because it's our brain that's the problem. It's not the body. The brain is what decides to do or not to do. Your body is strong enough to do push-ups. Your body is strong enough to get under a bucket of ice. Your body is strong enough to wake up early, go to bed late, not eat for 3 days. It can handle it all, but the brain will give up 100 times before the body ever does. So when we look at all the self-help around habits and morning routine, what many persons are trying to do is eliminate the thought before the action. Wake up, stand up. If you can create a relationship where I wake up, I stand up, and it's just my truth, you don't think about it, you don't deliberate, even if you're kind of tired, you wake up and you go, that'll cut out the thought and the delay that could kill 15 minutes to an hour of your daily life. How many minutes a day do you stay in bed with your phone, going through your phone like this? It can be a huge waste of time. I still have a hard time with it sometimes, but that's the reason why I built my truth-based habits. I want to get the maximum physical benefit from my time in the gym. So I incorporate things like fasting before deadlifts to give me that effect, to give me the human growth hormone advantage of fasting before I lift. That way, I don't have to put in these crazy hour and a half long sessions like some people do. And even more so to that point, there are white papers that say if you work out more than 40 minutes, you start to increase your cortisol level. Your knowledge and your application of knowledge help guide shaping these habits. The moral of the story is that you need to generate habits that support your life and start to cut away where your brain starts to stop you. You need to be able to practice forgiveness when you don't meet your habits or your goals. You need to practice gratitude for the little increments of effort you're going to start putting into your self-betterment. And you need to see yourself as a worthy project today. This will allow you to build positive habits and a routine. And what a routine does, it allows you to maximize all the good things that you need to do every single day that you might have to labor mentally to accomplish. If you can make it a habit to eat right in the morning or not eat at all, which I actually recommend, if you can make it a habit to cut out bread, if you can make it a habit to go to the gym 3 or 4 days a week, if you can make it a habit to not lay in bed an hour a day, if you can make it a habit to practice positivity up here right away and try to set the tone for the day, if you can make it a habit to get under some cold water once in a while, these types of things are long-term good for your body, should be done every day. But if you tried to choose to do them every day, you would exhaust yourself by having to choose to do so. Habits and a routine take away your choice, and you start putting in effort effortlessly. That's the real power of a routine. There's no secret hack to eating a certain number of eggs in the morning. That's not going to make you a millionaire. There's no secret hack to waking up by 6 a.m. That's not going to make you a millionaire. There's no secret hack to journaling your thoughts. That's not what's going to make you a millionaire. There are not tomes of shortcuts in life that you all of a sudden will have an opportunity that makes you rich. What all of these habits do, the journaling might help you self-regulate up here, understand your thoughts, understand your emotions, so that way you don't sway so emotionally that if you're under a stressful situation in the future, you don't break. You increase your adversity quotient through journaling and self-regulation. That might be why that works for you. If you eat a certain number of organic eggs every day, you should have a higher testosterone level because testosterone is derived from cholesterol, to my understanding, which will make you more of a go-getter, right? Which will make you more aggressive in hopefully a good way. You should probably journal if you have high testosterone. Again, self-regulation. If you're in a good physical state and a good mental state, and one day an opportunity comes in front of you and you have positive self-talk and you have little wins every single day, you're going to have a different relationship with that opportunity. You might reach that opportunity with this, I think I can do that. I can win that because I win all the time. Routines give you a chance to develop your wins. And on the back end of winning frequently, you have a higher sense of self-efficacy. Look that up. There really is a big part of this. Time makes everything complex. It's going to be impossible to maintain a routine all the time. When I took a year off, my routines changed. When I got back to work, my routines changed. The reason why I got back to work is the company that I had automated was failing to maintain a level of quality that would allow continuous automation. I had to jump back in. My ego took a hit because in a way I kind of failed. I couldn't automate something without my supervision forever. That's kind of something we should expect, right? But it still hurt my feelings and it bruised my ego. And getting back into good habits became extremely hard because of my relationship with myself and my relationship with my stress. See, I had a negative perspective of self because I failed at something. And while working through my failures, I started to eat poorly. I started to drink more. I started to sleep less. I stopped maintaining the routines. And it took me about a solid month of reining in my company and then reining in the fact that I'm not a failure. I've already done more than many people will ever do. Building 4 businesses and then automating them and taking a year off was a blessing. I should be able to forgive myself for the fact that I'm not perfect and have gratitude for what I do have. It took me about a month to get back into that space. And I can tell you, if you guys look up to me at all, the fact that I have to reconcile with my own failures and I do things wrong sometimes should let you know you can do all of the things wrong and still be successful because most of our successes are derived on the backs of our failure. Fun fact, I think Elon Musk is now the world record holder for most fortune lost. He's one of the most significant people in our culture, isn't he? He's also made the most money at one point, been the richest man in the world, but now he's also the biggest loser. And it's his relationship with the fact that he's the biggest loser that will define his future. If he can stay above that, he can do great. If he gets eaten alive by his ego, he'll flounder. That's how that works. The ego is what tears down the man. Take the ego out of it and get to work. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And as always, I'll see you on the other side.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Can you hear me now? Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Let me figure out how to turn the daggum thing around. So much to learn here. So much to learn. Hey, can y'all hear me? Can you hear me now? There is sound. Perfect. Okay, so I wanted to come on here real quick, test this out. I'm gonna be back in a few minutes. I'm trying to set up and do all of this stuff and just make sure. I want to start producing more quality content, more quality videos. So I gotta test it. So I'm sorry that you had to endure that, but I'm gonna be amazing, and you're coming with me. I ain't feeling too hot today, to be honest with you. These damn allergies, boy. I don't know what's going on with my neck. Hello? But I'll be back in a moment. Let me get ready. I'll be back at 8 o'clock. So I'll see y'all then. Thank you. Bye.